Hi everybody, welcome to the cabin at Frog Hollow. Today we're exploring some more of the Great Lakes flies and those who tied them. Today, we're focusing on me. This happens to be one of my, if you will, signature flies. This is called the Schmidt's Hex Nymph. One of the flies that I started tying back in the, mid-70s. Probably caught more steelhead on this fly than any other fly I've ever tied. Yeah, maybe the STS bugger, but this is a very simple guide type fly. Good representation of the hex nymph. Let's tie it. We have a curved nymph hook. It's a 1X strong, 2X long. We're going to dress the hook. And we're going to set a pair of mono eyes up here. These eyes are, all on a little card in your local fly shop. But we're going to set those eyes. Hex nymphs have big old beady eyes. They're very prominent. If you want to add weight, I would do so right here in the thorax, just a few twists of lead. I typically don't do that. This is fished, either under a float or bouncing bottom in a deep nymphing, a check nymphing kind of a technique. And I like the fly to come up off the bottom a little bit. So I'm not going to add weight. So this fly is some of the same materials I've used on lots of fly patterns. Pheasant tail for the tail and the dark brown stripe across the back, which hex nymphs have. So a few sprigs in for the tail right there. That's how that should look. And we're just going to fold this back out of the way because that's going to be the dark across the back. Next, we're going to tie in a piece of copper wire for ribbing. Tie that in. Now we're going to dub. I like this life cycle dubbing. It's a little blend of antron and some natural furs. This is the golden stone color, which mimics the color of the hex pretty darn well. Spin some dubbing on here and just keep at it. The hex nymph is a burrowing nymph, and a lot of our rivers have a lot of silt, and these guys are out and about. That's about where we're going to want to stop, right there. So, nice tapered body. Everything looks pretty good. Now we're going to bring this pheasant right across the back because we want that dark stripe across the back or darkness across the back like the actual nymph has. Then we're going to rib it opposite the direction we dubbed. And we're going to cut this out because I have some prepared pheasant tail now for the wing case. So what I did was, and what I do is I take this flexible head cement and I brush it on the pheasant tail itself so that I can go in and I can cut out a chunk of this, pull it out, and it all stays together. This makes a beautiful wing case without the fibers separating. So this gets tied in next. I've done that, let it dry. So that takes a bit of pre-prep. So that goes in next. Next, we're going to tie in a hen saddle patch hackle by the tip, just like we did on the stonefly. Tie that off that separation point so it doesn't break. And then we're going to dub the rest of the fly. Now the thorax here is a little bit different color. You can see I've added just a bit of orange to that same dubbing. I like it. So we're going to dub this. And this is, you can see the color change there. You know, this is mostly about the fisherman. It has little to do with the fish, I think. Who knows, right? I haven't had a conversation with a fish about this lately. I used to talk to them all the time, but I'm not allowed anymore. So we want to go between those eyes. There we go. That's what I'm looking for right there. Now we're going to bring this forward, and this is going to give us some legs. You're going to see here in a second when I tip this baby sideways. Snip that out. Now, we're going to take our scissors and we're just going to hold it right there while I push that wing case forward, and you're going to see what a great little wing case this makes when you do it in that fashion. Snip that out, and we're going to whip finish. Just a couple wraps here on the head. And that is the Schmidt Hex. Great steelhead fly. That's what it was developed for. Ends up, it's a great trout fly. Just a great all-around nymph. Primarily, you know, springtime. And enjoy.